I just want to give you guys a little bit of a backstory of, where I come from and who I am or what I do.
They think my parents helped us get this apartment. Guys, my
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Today, we got something a little different for y'all. A little different. I don't know.
I didn't think we'd ever do a video like this.
Yeah, me either. But it seems like, it comes up a lot in the comments and stuff. So I guess it's something that we should address. We have no jobs. Guys, what makes you assume that no one has jobs or anything like that?
Yeah, I think for me, it's not annoying. I wouldn't say annoying, but it does kind of rub me the wrong way that people think that we don't have jobs and that we don't work and that we just don't make money.
It doesn't really bother me too much. I mean, it's weird to see, but then again, I also think that how I've been doing the media for a long time, and even since Vine, that's where I got my first following, y'all. Vine. I'm gonna give y'all a little insight on a little bit of my life because a lot of you guys don't know too much about me, and you just kind of just wonder. You guys, yeah, I'm gonna go into a little detail about my life here in a little, and we'll get to everything basically.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we'll start out with TikTok. That's the big comment that we get a lot. Why are you guys always on TikTok live or whatever? Guys, TikTok live is a way to make money. However, it's a way to have fun too, y'all.
Yeah.
It's not even about all the money or anything. Let me tell you guys how I started TikTok live. So, I started TikTok live in 2021, sometime around COVID. I got on live and I was just on there joking with my brother because I already had followers on my TikTok and stuff like that. My first following was on Vine. I had 50,000 followers or something like that. But I've always had a way around the media. I didn't really use TikTok until COVID kind of made me use it because it was, it was whatever. I was in college and yeah, it was fun. It was cool. But so I don't remember what year it was exactly. Maybe 2020, 2021. I don't know. So at first I was just a student, y'all. I was a student in college, majoring in business, which I ended up veering off into accounting, which is still a form of business. So altogether it's science, It's science still at the end of the day. Even though it's mostly math, the degree would be a Bachelor of Science. So I was a student and I ended up on live. I got on there jokingly and I end up seeing a balance. You go to your settings and there's a balance, okay? There is a balance. And hold on, let's put this aside. TikTok is not my primary source of income, y'all.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from, but that's not true.
It's not our full-time job.
Yeah.
We don't do it as our main source of income. That's not what we rely on our bills with.
You don't rely. I'm gonna show you some things, and in reality, TikTok, how much people make on there is really public information, but you just have to know what you're doing. It's really public information, so I'm just gonna show you basically some things of it being, the public information that you could literally go look up yourself. Yeah. So, but yeah. So I got on TikTok and I would get on there and just have fun, kind of. It just started as a fun thing. And there was always, a balance that came with it. There obviously was a balance that came with it. But it was for fun. It wasn't enough to rely on or anything like that at first. And then as time went on, you keep meeting all these people and not meeting them in real life, but, people start to have a following for you. Streaming is just it's YouTube in a different form, It's as you build a community, it's a whole different thing. What you guys do have to understand is you do not need a million or millions of followers to make money off the media. You do not.
Yeah.
That you can make it. I've seen people with 1,000 followers that make way more money than me, or I've made more than people with 1 million followers. It has nothing to do with following. It has nothing to do with how many viewers you have in your chat. Maybe on like if you are a Twitch streamer or something like that. But views also do not matter. There is people who I know people who average maybe 3 views who make $5,000-$10,000 a month. Off of just TikTok alone. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The only thing that kind of rubs me wrong about it is when people say like they kind of belittle TikTok. TikTok changed my whole life, dude. Like I come from a good household with my grandparents and stuff, but before then, I lived in New Jersey, and they weren't around. They moved away, so I had to grow up, without them. So, and my grandparents are like basically my parents now. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. TikTok, let's say November of 2022, I'll never forget that month. TikTok completely changed my life. And I made a good lump sum of cash, enough to get a car, get a fresh start. I didn't have anything that happened in the past or anything, but get a car, get a fresh start, pay off student debt already, because student debt is crippling. So I don't really have that now, except for the random 1,000 they hit me with a couple months ago. But yeah,
even like it even got to the point where it was like he was able to help his family.
Yeah, I was able to help my family. I changed a lot of situations, and I'm gonna show you guys that. I'm gonna show you exactly what it looks like. And November 2022, my life completely changed. I was just a broke college student before then, basically. In November, I don't know the exact amount. Just it was a lot of money that I got on TikTok, and I ended up streaming on there for a little while, November through, toward later in the year. I didn't stream like that in 2023 because I didn't have to anymore. What I did was I used what I had to go into a business. I'm not really gonna say too much, but like it's public. I literally have a video of it on my page. If you look for it's on there. It's literally on my TikTok. I'm probably gonna end up privating it, but literally, where is it at? You can literally go down there and you'll be able to see. Where is it at? It's on here somewhere. Yeah. You can literally go down here and see, it's an actual business and stuff. This is a video. This is like just some places that I've, worked with or went to partially own or invest in or anything like that. But I'm not going to get too deep into that because I don't like it being, I feel like a business shouldn't be too public, Mm-hmm. That would be a little too much, because I honestly deleted the page that I had for it. This video was just shouting out the page, but it was like I didn't really want it to be a internet thing. This is it's already done. It's established. It's in a good place, and yeah, I invested a lot into that, and I ended up getting a good check from it every month or whatever. Just that's basically what I did to get a good check, partial ownership, and just keep everything moving. And that was like my main thing in 2023. I also had another job. I did a lot of selling trusses, and I don't know if you guys know anything about that, but selling trusses and all type of stuff like that. But yeah, I've been in the business that I was talking about for a long time, and I recently just got out of it. But you have to get a buyout and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna go too far into detail with that. I'm just gonna go far into detail with the public information. So, like I said, 2022 complete. And let's not act like people can't make a living off of media. We're not saying that you can't make a living off of media. Just don't rely on that completely. There's no reason to rely on that completely. You got to get into other things It's not forever. It will never be forever. I'm not a financial advisor, but you know what I'm saying? Just, you don't rely on one thing. And that's not even just the media. That's with anything in life. You don't rely on one thing. There's no way you can rely on one thing forever unless you're, professional basketball player, something that makes millions of dollars every year and you're fine. But people make a good living off TikTok, guys. I stream probably 3 to 4, days out the week, maybe. I don't really do it all the time now, but I make a pretty good thing just off of TikTok itself, And I guess we can show you guys because this would be public information anyway. So you'd be able to see it. Grab the camera. We're not gonna cut it or anything. We're gonna show you the real. Grab it and. But look, y'all. So basically, TikTok works through. I streamed one time I literally just streamed for the first time this week. But what we're gonna do is go to past payouts, y'all. TikTok pays on a weekly basis, y'all. You see what kind of numbers it brings in, what is that? 1,200 plus 1,700 plus 300. It's almost $5,000, both of those months almost. Well, that one's more of 4, but you get what I'm saying? That's September 2025, by the way. September 2025, and that's August 2025. So if you guys want to do the media, do it. Don't think that you can't do it. That's just one thing. That's September and that's the last 2 months.
Yeah.
I stream probably 3 days out the week on that, and I only stream maybe 4 hours maximum. So it of course is a source of income. It's not my primary source or anything that I look for in every day to be consistent. But that's just 2 months I'm showing you.
Yeah.
What I can show you though is actually November. Let's see if I can pull that up. November of 2022. And y'all, we're still on my page. We're still gonna go look. November 2022. And I'd rather do this than let Ari show it because I feel like there's more safety in being a guy, But yeah. I'm not really worried about it. It's the past anyway, so. But let's see if we can go. This is the month that my life completely changed, y'all. I think it was November. It was either November or... Okay, so y'all, TikTok pays out on look at that. TikTok pays out on a weekly basis now, but before how it used to work, TikTok used to be able to pull out 1,000 a day max if you can make 1,000, Used to be able to pull out 1,000 a day max. This
That's crazy.
Is
all 1,000.
I'm pulling out 1,000 a day in November 2022. And I'm not showing this to brag or anything like that. I'm just showing you that you can use the media as whatever. Bring it down again. I want to show. We're gonna be completely honest, y'all. I'm $1,000 a day. This is November 2022, the 8th, the 9th, this is every day. You can see the dates, but we literally, and look, this is still the same, still the same account. This is just one of my TikTok accounts, y'all. Anything is literally possible. And that changed my life forever. I had some great people help change my life. I got to, not be a broke college student anymore. I got to pay off my debts. I got to get a car, and it just changed my life, and I'm forever grateful for it. And that led me into getting into the business that I got into in 2023. So it just, I'm grateful for it. It changed my life. And that's just TikTok and then one business. I do a lot more than that, y'all. But I'm not gonna get into too far of details. I'm just telling the stuff that's public. But yeah, it's not as bad as you think it is with the media. And this battery's about to die, so we're about to get another one. All right, we got a new battery, and this is not us, trying to flex or anything, because in reality, that's not a lot of money, y'all. It's not that much money. There's people that make way more. There's people that make way less. Our point is to just try it. You never know. Don't think that people can tell you that you're wrong for trying something new or doing something on the internet. There is literally an audience for everybody. There's an audience for everybody. Before I met Ari, I didn't know of, family channels or anything like that, which you guys obviously do, but there's literally an audience for everything.
Yeah.
And, social media is obviously not forever, but, it's a good thing to have also. Literally, before, I'm going to be honest, guys, in 2024, me and Ari got together in December. And
we're telling them now?
It's fine. Yeah. Before then, I was still great, y'all. Like I was still great. My finances were great as far as the business and TikTok Live. Those would be the main together if you put them together. But I also have other things that I do. But it was still great. It obviously fluctuates regardless. Don't completely rely on social media, y'all. If you're a kid and you're watching this, still just do everything. Try everything. Don't go out and be no criminal or nothing. Try everything. Do it legal. Do everything, man. Just try it. It's a good try. Do not make it your main source of income, though. Do not rely on that.
Yeah.
You want to use it to your advantage to go do something better, to go do something stable.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just, it doesn't matter how many views you get, y'all. This is about building foundations on media. It doesn't matter how many views, doesn't matter how many people you have. Obviously, you have to have a specific amount to make, money and stuff. But I know people that have 1,000 followers that make way more than me, or they have, I know people with millions of followers who don't make, a lot of things, but that's not a problem for us. And I'm just showing y'all that because I'd rather me show it than Ari show what she does, because there's no security in that. Me, I'm not very worried about somebody trying to come up to me or something, but not a financial advisor. We're not financial advisors, so don't, Yeah.
And also, yes, we use TikTok as a source of income. That's just one. But then it's we also have YouTube as well. And I feel like people don't really understand. YouTube pays, and I feel like it's just as hard as working a 9 to 5. If you're doing it on your own, because we film, we edit ourselves, we do everything ourselves. So it's I feel like social media is just the same as working a 9 to 5. That's just my personal opinion.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, because it's there are days where we're filming literally from when we wake up to the second before we go to sleep. And it's 9 to 5, you clock in and clock out. So it's you really set your own hours, yes, but it's it's still a full-time job if you really make it. As you guys know, we've been posting every day, I think we've only missed a day since we've been out here.
Yeah.
So I feel I don't know. I feel that's why I kind of get a little bit more riled up about it. I don't know. I feel it really does get under my skin sometimes, which I need to not let it do that. But I just feel I see myself working so hard and doing so many things, and then it's when I see people being oh, you need to go work a 9 to 5. Guys, I literally have had 9 to 5 jobs. I was working 2 jobs when I first turned 16. No, when I first moved down here after we lived in St. John's, my senior year, I had 2 jobs. I worked a job when I was in college. Before I moved to Atlanta, I had 2 jobs. I feel I'm very much I like to always have money. I'm always in my bag era. I feel that's one thing that I strive to always have and work hard for, because there's no best feeling than seeing yourself work hard, clocking in those hours, and then it's you see the check and you're wow, I did that. So I feel that's really my mentality with things. But we do have money. And also I saw a thing somewhere, or it was a comment. Someone said that they think my parents helped us get this apartment. Guys, my parents are not on our apartment lease at all.
Even I think the TikTok that I just showed them then, the balance of the last 2 months, I'm pretty sure that's just that alone is almost enough to cover the times 3 of the rent.
Yeah.
Almost. So, yeah. But
and that's not even including
and I worked so hard to be able to do this without having to just go and ask everybody for anything. I don't really ask for no handouts. So it's like, man, it'd be sucking sometimes when you see them comments and stuff like that. But it's like, at the same time, I don't really care because I know I'm okay. I know everything's going to be fine with me. And even if, media disappeared one day, it sucks to suck because I'm going to be okay,
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's life. I really didn't really care too much for the comments. I just want to give you guys a little bit of a backstory of, where I come from and who I am or what I do, because it's like you guys know nothing. You literally know nothing about me.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just tell you than you have to assume or anything like that. I was a broke college student at once. That's about it, and I'm not anymore. So, but yeah, and you can also do all this stuff while still going to school, y'all.
Yes.
You can do this stuff and go to school. So kids, go to school if that's if that's your goal. If you want a degree, go to school. Obviously, you don't have to leave school to go do anything. You can stay in school and do it. You just gotta work a little harder, and that's life. Just gotta keep working and keep striving to be great, and you'll be fine. But I'm not really too worried about more of the comments. It's more of just I want you guys to know more about me in general. So this is Chase and Ariana and Chase. That actually sounds good. Now we tried Ari and Chase at first, y'all, but that just didn't sound right. So we did Chase and Ari, but Ariana and Chase sounds good too. That actually sounds good too.
But Chase and Ariana sounds
It sounds terrible. It sounds
Ariana and Chase.
Ariana and Chase sounds good too.
I just like Ari better.
Yeah,
Chase
I know you
and
didn't
Ari.
like that. That's why we tried everything at first, y'all. I did not come up with the name. I don't know why.
Yeah, guys,
She came up with the name.
It just sounds better. Like it just flows Ariana and Chase. I feel like that just sounds too long.
Yeah, but yeah, y'all. So basically, I lived a normal life just like everyone else. I still work. I still have other things that I have going on other than the media that you see. The media is still great, but I still, I got a lot going on. And I work just as hard as a normal person, if not harder. It's
Yeah.
hard to do as much as we do on a regular basis. Like, you guys got to think, Ari still sleeps. Sometimes I'm up at 6 a.m. over here on my computer doing this crazy stuff. She's like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I'm looking at all the trailers or something." Like, I'm up doing stuff, y'all. But it's life. It's life. You guys are meant to assume it's that's what you're supposed to do on if their media. So that's why I try to tell you not to take it to heart sometimes. It's just
I don't take it to heart. It's just like
you get a little frustrated sometimes, not to heart, but
But it's just like imagine like you just work so hard for something, and then it's like you see people being like you see someone comes up to you and it's just like you didn't do that, like you had help. But then you're like, no, like if you actually saw the amount of work I put in, like the sweat and tears, like I feel like then it's kind of just like they're just kind of like downplaying your
also, guys,
your what is the word I'm trying to say?
Downplaying
Your work ethic
your work
or
ethic.
how hard you did. I don't know.
Okay, I get that. Also, guys, I just showed you guys just live rewards. People also make money off of videos on TikTok, by the way. That was just live. That was strictly live. But even before me and Ari, met, I had like millions of views on my stuff. Like I have it all. I have a lot of it private, but like millions of views on random things where you make money off of that stuff. That has nothing to do with live rewards, but a million views on TikTok is the equivalent of. It depends on the video, but it's the equivalent of $500 to $1,000. But that was before then. I don't really do videos as much anymore because I try to just do the videos on here with you guys, and I don't really do social media like that. Like I live stream, but posting and all that is different. It's a complete different breed. I don't really get into all that anymore. But yeah, anything else we need to add? But guys, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We're about to hit 20K. Maybe we will soon. But
I think my goal, guys, is for us to hit 100K by the end of the year.
Okay, that's not bad. We got a couple more months. make sure you guys subscribe and like the video so it could push us out more. And yeah, y'all, it's just a little insight on my life, so you guys know a little better about me. Not trying to throw, money in no one's face, because I don't make the most money in the world. There's people that make way more than me, or there's people that make way more money than her. Yeah. Ari make more money than other people, but that's just life for us, y'all. We don't want you to think that we don't do anything other than YouTube. You just know what you see, and we don't show everything because we're not that type of couple, really. But we just try to keep stuff balanced to where, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was really all we wanted to talk about today. Just address some things that needed to be addressed.
Just so you guys ain't left in the dust, too. We're not angry at all.
Yeah.
We're just telling you.
Yeah, just clearing the air so we don't really get asked the questions. We might still get asked them, but just...
They gonna have to come. I'm gonna tell them to go back to this video.
Yeah. But thank you guys for watching.
Guys, have a blessed day. Have a blessed day.
Yes.